First and foremost, I want to send my prayers and condolences to the families who lost their loved ones in Sacramento over the weekend. A lot of y'all seen that on the news. If you haven't, I mean, you just don't watch TV at all, but I send my prayers to that. 6 people dead, in the shootout at the club up there. It's a tragedy, you know what I mean? But I send my prayers and condolences to the families up there. Now, thank you all for tuning in. Once again, welcome back to the Zoe Show. I am your host, the Game Bangers Life Coach, and this is another episode of Game Bangers Near-Death Experiences. This right here, episode 9, I'm finna break down for y'all, and this more. It's not as it's not as active, as dramatic as the last situation in episode 8. Episode 8, like I said, I think that might have been one of my worst near-death experiences. But no, I got another one that's a little worse than that. When y'all hear that, that's coming up. But this one right here, this might be the last one from 1986. So I want to break this down for y'all. But first and foremost, if you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you haven't, get your ass out there and get that life insurance policy, because you out there in the field, you banging, you hustling, you selling dope, you pimping, you breaking in people's houses, what you call flocking, you doing all this old shit. Get that life insurance policy, because you flocked the wrong house and niggas gonna knock back and knock your shit in the dirt, and voila, your family don't have no money to bury you. So take care of that, you know what I mean? And I speak on it a lot because, like say, the last story just went through about my cousin Cato, who was in a situation similar like that, because he didn't have a life insurance policy. Nobody got a life insurance policy on him. So when this time, once he passed away, we got all the family, you got to come together and put something together for that, which is no problem. We're going to do that because that's what family's supposed to do. But still, it's important to have that. And people understand this too. Do not wait. I'm going to repeat, do not wait until somebody is sick to try to get that life insurance policy, because at that point, that policy is going to be high. So you want to take care of business with your moms, pops, your kids, whoever it is, yourself, your spouse, whatever. Take care of that now before that person gets sick, because when that person gets sick, you're trying to get that life insurance policy, it's going to be up too high. You know what I mean? It's just not going to work. So it's best to do it before now. Before then, do it now. Fuck that. Don't wait till later. Do it now. If you got the money, go get that shit taken care of. And I speak on this because that's important. We act like we ain't gonna die. We all gonna die, yo. We all gonna die. But when we out here living this life, we in the streets and shit like that, we doing foul shit, we doing stuff that's active, whatever. We the ones should be the main ones trying to have that. However, everybody should have that, because we all can go any minute. Everybody should have that. But if you out there living that life in the streets, bro, take care of that, man. That's being a responsible man, responsible woman. Do not sit up here and say that you are a responsible human being. You're a responsible adult if you do not have a life insurance policy. If you got grandkids, you got kids, and your kids is not covered, do not portray the role of being a real motherfucking man, because a real motherfucking man, a real dad, a real grandpa, we're going to make sure that shit is covered. We're going to take care of that. And we're going to get them squared away to where they can do it for themselves. We're going to present that to them. So I encourage everybody, man, get that policy, bro. Get that policy. And I'm not hooked up with no life insurance company. I used to deal with Primerica. That's why I will speak on them. I do know a lot of people at the Primerica office in Carson. I do know people there. I can hook you up. I know people can do it for you online. You ain't got to go. You can do everything online. You ain't got to give up your social. I know people can take care of that for you. But trust me, people, please understand, that's some real serious shit. Take care of that. Get that squared away. Be a real adult. Y'all got to excuse me right now. I'm just been working out a little bit, so I'm drinking my green juice right now. But I'm stay busy. Want to drop this here, episode 9 for y'all before I take off and do my thing and go to work. So this episode right here, Game Bangers Near Death Experience. This is 1986, and this is a strange one, but I could have lost my life. This take place in the rolling 60s. Now, you might hear me say a lot of stories about the rolling 60s, hanging in the 60s, because the 60s is allies of ours. So we always been hanging with the 60s. We've been allies since I've been in the field of living this lifestyle as a gang member. Rolling 60s has been our allies. We actually got enemies because Rolling 60s is our allies. So, I mean, this is how it go. all neighborhood Crips is pretty much our allies. I'll break that down to y'all on another episode. However, this episode right here happens in the Rolling 60s on 11th Ave in Florence, coming out of Checkerboard Liquor, 1986. So something happened earlier this day. I don't know. I don't know what the 60s be doing. I know that we used to be over here on 11th Ave real deep. There used to be a bunch of us over here. Like I said, it's to be a bunch of Raymonds, it's to be a bunch of East Coasters, it'd be a bunch of 60s, and it's to be a bunch of these other cats. There was two other little gangs in this area at the time, which is now they are 60s, because at this time they was called 11th Avenue Hustlers. Then they had another gang on the next street called 10th Avenue Hustlers. I believe now that whole area is considered the gutter kids. That's a younger generation of the 60s right there. But Florence and 11th Ave, right across the street from the car wash, across the street from the raggedy ass motel right there, is a liquor store called Checkerboard Liquor. Now, like I said, we used to be down the street hanging out, selling dope back in the days. That was the spot. We catch the bus from our hood, go to their hood, hang out. We should do that type of shit a lot. That's just what gang members do. So one night I'm out here, man. I go down into the store to get me something to drink. At this time, I was drinking Brass Monkey. The Beastie Boys was out with that song. So we know everybody that grew up in the same time I grew up remember the song Brass Monkey. So when that song came out, a lot of us out here in California, in LA particularly, we never knew what the fuck that was until we heard the song. That's something they was drinking on the East Coast. New York cats was drinking that. So now we starting to drink Brass Monkey. I actually like Brass Monkey. I like Brass Monkey way better than I like Long Island Iced Tea. I never liked Long Island Iced Tea. Brass Monkey was pretty good to me. I like that. So I go down here. I go to the store. I done made my sale down here. I'm serving. Okay, now if they don't give me something else to drink. I'm 16. This the life of a 16-year-old in LA. Gangbanging. We out here like we grown. I done sold some dope. I done made a sale. I'm finna go to the store, grab me a Brass Monkey. I already got a little bit of weed already. Now I'm finna go back to the apartments where everybody else at, drink my Brass Monkey, roll me a joint, get out here and continue surfing. 16 years old, 1986. Check it though. So I'm going to the store, I come out. As I'm leaving out, if if people know that area know how it is, when you come out, you'll come out, and then as soon as you come out the door, it's Florence. And then 11th Ave is right there. So when you come out the door, you bust a left, you going to 11th Ave. So what I did, I came out my stuff from the bag, whatever. And I'm finna go to the end of the store and I'm busting a left. This burgundy coupe just pull up on me. Right when I was finna turn left to walk down 11th Ave out the store. Like this, y'all. Bow! Before I can even do that. So I get right here, this car pull up, whoop, boom, stop right in front of me. And nigga like, where you from? And he dissed Rolling 60s. I said, all the day, I just so, my heart was just like, oh shit. Oh shit, they had me just like, and then they banged this BPS. And nigga, I just said, I'm not from over here. I'm not from, I just said, I'm not from over here. And the car just split on down the street. And before I can even just process what just happened, they get off. Talk, 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 talk. On some homies that was down the street. Some homies, it was just homies down the street. And they get off. They bust on them. But I'm just like, whoa, by me walking out that thing right there, they pull up and this BPS. And for y'all don't know what BPS stand for, that's Black Peach Stone. That's some cats out the jungle. But they pull up and it was two in the car and he just like, where you from? This Black Peach Stone. But he said BPS. He said BPS. And I was just like, my heart was just like, I'm not from over here. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't going to say, nigga, I ain't from 60s. I'm from Raymond. Nigga, hell no, I wasn't finna do no shit like that. I was just like, I'm not from over here. Now, you know, look at how I was dressed. This is a time back then we wore, like, of course, khakis, suede Adidas, suede Pumas, Chucks, and so on. I think I had it on a Cascade jacket. Cascade jackets what a lot of us gang members wore back then. It's like a little, it ain't a Dickie jacket. I can't even describe it to y'all. Got the little line right here. It come black, like blue, light blue, gray, burgundy, different colors. But I always had a bunch of Cascade jackets. I had the black Cascade jacket on. Probably had on some green khakis because back then I was wearing a lot of the, like a lot of the army green khakis back then. I was wearing the khakis back then and probably some suede Adidas. That was what was out. Shut up. That's what was cracking at that time. But it's just a trip because these dudes had me. Once again, pulled up like, where you from? It's BPS, nigga. I'm like, I'm not from over here. That was a smart thing to do. but they still could have got me just based on how I was dressed. This was somebody, it just wasn't my time, y'all, because nowadays you see somebody, you can look at the attire and tell this nigga banging. And here we are, we in the 60s. These is P Stones coming to bust on the 60s. And they see me in the 60s. And they just pull up and hit me up like, where you from? And what I be, I'm not from over here. And they just pull off and go down the street and get off on some cats. And I was like, whoa, that was some scary ass shit. Just like that, it could have been it. Nowadays, ain't nobody gonna give a fuck about where you from. Some people ask that, but most people don't. People should ask that though, because you come over and busting on people in somebody else's hood that ain't even from this hood. I'm not even from the 60s. I'm just over here, and I could have got knocked down in the 60s just for being in the 60s, not even from 60s. It could have went like that. Nigga, you see you like you banging. You in this hood right here. We finna let it go. We finna let this thing fly on your ass and air you out right here on the spot. Could have done that. Damn, but it didn't go like that. I mean, that experience right there. A lot of people probably experienced that because I done got drew down on before many times, and I just think many times I've been drew down on. This that's just come with the lifestyle. But I remember different times when I was even younger though, and we just get caught, and we like coming from swimming pools and shit, walking as little kids, and people, where you from? And we like, we not from over here. So that's all I said. They could have just went on and on, nigga, where you from then? You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, when you see your arms, you see some tattoos, where you from then? Niggas is checking. And just you looking like you a gang member, you in this hood, it's all bad. It ain't gonna be no, oh, he not from 60s, he from somewhere else. If I was, I'm from Raymond, okay, that's even worse. We gonna get you too, nigga, fuck you niggas too. And just would have aired it out, right on the spot. Checkerboard Liquor, 11th Avenue, Florence. Crazo got killed. Peach Stones killed Crazo on 11th Avenue, Florence. 1986. That would have been the headlines. They thought he was from 6-0. They didn't know where he was from. They just pulled up over there. And it's bad because we gangbanging. We tend to be in each other's hoods a lot. If we allies, we go over and fuck around. We go over and fuck with they homegirls. They come fuck with our homegirls. Not just the 60s, but for my homies, it's just like all the O's and East Coasters and all the rest of it. So we bounced around like that. The Raymonds used to even be in the schoolyards like that. We used to fuck around in the schoolyards real tough. Even though the schoolyards in the 60s didn't get along, we never really had a righteous, legitimate beef with schoolyards. So they never been like you can go in the schoolyard hood and see Raymond whacked out, because we always had some people over there. Cause I got cousins from schoolyard too. But this is what we did from the schoolyards to the 30s, to the 60s, the East Coasters, and then everything in the hundreds. You know what I mean? That's what we do. So every gang member is doing that shit right now to this day, and it's a trip because that's how a lot of gang feuds started, because you'll be fucking with they homegirls, and these cats don't like that. These niggas from this other hood, even though y'all get along, but somebody's jealous because he was fucking with her first. He like her, and now you fucking with her, right? Now you fucking with her, and even though y'all allies, but in the back of this nigga mind, he's jealous because this nigga from over here fucking with his ex-broad. So he want to do something to you. So it's dangerous to do that, but gangbangers, we do that. Crips do it, Bloods do it, we all do that. We all go to each other's hoods and fuck around. That's what we do. That's the lifestyle. That's how it come up. That's just what we do. And a lot of people then got killed for not just doing the shit Will Smith did. But not just for doing that shit, right? But a lot of niggas got killed for fucking around in other people's hoods, and somebody pull up, because that could have been my life. You pull up, where you from? I'm not from around here. And they pulled off and busted somebody else down the street. Just like that, I could have been gone. This completes another episode of Gangbangers Near-Death Experience. I have so many of them, and I have so much to be thankful for, to still be here in front of y'all, telling y'all these stories, reminiscing on them, just thinking like, damn, that could have been it. And seeing what just happened in Sacramento 2 days ago with this club, and these cats came out and aired all them people out. Just when I see that kind of stuff, I'll be like, damn, that was a near-death experience for a lot of people, that all those who survived. I've been in a situation like that too. It's very similar. I'm still here. That's going to need to be episode 10 or 11. I don't know, because I got a few more. The more I'm thinking about it, I just think I just think about how many times I done been shot at, how many times people done tried to kill me. Ooh, I'm thankful y'all should be too. Because if you watching this video and you've been living a life like me, be thankful, man. Don't be hateful, be thankful. And understand this. Stop subscribing to stuff that does you no good. Become addictive to stuff that's good for you. We become addictive to stuff and people that ain't good for us. Become addictive to what's good, what's real, what's righteous, what's you.